this far away and they're looking up there, you're like, I'm here. You can tell that you didn't accomplish what you're supposed to do.
When you're trying to bring 70, 80,000 people into here, you know, it takes modern technology and not, like I said, not to dwarf the band and have people watch the band and people look at the band, not looking at the technology. So we've learned how to do that after a long time.
And so we've had the same production team and stage designers since we began headlining.
I'd say, you know, there's a core group of at least 40 guys who have been on every tour. You know, most of the guys on this tour have worked with the band for 20 years. So, you know, there's a real sense of family. You know, everybody gets along, everybody knows each other. A lot of people work on other tours together. And this tour kind of, you know, brings everybody together. I mean, the band's great, you know. They know the crew knows them.
And I'm very proud of a lot of the productions over the years. I think that this latest arena production was stupendous. And then he incorporated it into what is now the stadium setting. But initially doing it for the arena setting, I think it was at the top of its game by anyone's standards.
I mean, we started talking about this in March, so, you know, you noodle at it, you're working with all the Bon Jovi staff and tours people, and, you know, there's 5 or 6 of us on our side that help make it happen. We do a month of previs with programming the video and the lighting ahead of time, then you sit in rehearsals for a couple weeks.
The lighting and video crew, the people that are putting the, you know, the way the production looks, sat in a studio for a month with all sorts of monitors and WYSIWYG programs and everything so that you could see how the tour was going to look before you actually got into the building. It looked like mission control. It was insane.
John wants to see everything. You know, he cares about the show. He cares about the performance. He wants, you know, he wants to go out there and every year be the, you know, the biggest, the best, the newest. I mean, he is very involved. Nothing goes on without his approval.
It's been quite a while since we've done a tour that has been this extensive. In fact, this whole decade, we'd keep it around 100 shows. This tour, I'd say, is closer to 150. And we'd never been to Israel, so it's penciled in on the calendar. We'd never been to Greece. It's penned in on the calendar. In fact, that's on sale.
I mean, it's getting deeper. We're talking about going to South Africa now and Abu Dhabi and some wild places. We had a break that was about 2 months long, and we all looked at each other and said, if we took 2 months off after about almost a year and a half of being out there, our bodies would just go, we're done. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, John and I were discussing it on the plane. They just said, hey, look, man, let's find some really crazy places that we haven't played in a long time, like South Africa, or places that we haven't been, like, you know, I don't know, like, you know, like Uzbekistan. Who knows? Like, let's go see Borat, man. Play for him. I don't care, you know. Let's go to places where we haven't played.
So we're going to places that even we have never gone. One of the old adages about this band was, if you don't have electricity, don't worry, we'll bring our own. You know, we've run out of countries to say that in. So now we're just going anywhere left that there is that we hadn't been.
No apology, no apology. We will not back down. No apology. We are not
Playing there for the first time ever, knowing that that'll be that page in history, was a big pain in the ass. Why, you ask? Because every aunt and uncle, cousin, nephew, brother, pet, sitter, mailman, they were all there. And they all wanted to be in the front row. And we had to accommodate them. Then after that, it was fine. It was great. It was great.
Just the fact that we could sell out 4 stadiums in the way the economy is now in the world and in our country, obviously, but also, you know, in our own backyard. And they sold out quick, man. You know, it was like the first 3 nights were sold out in a matter of 2 days or something. It was like we just all looked at each other and went, hello, I guess we're going to have a good tour, you know? I mean, it was one of those things, you know? And consequently, things are going very, very well. But no, it was a great feeling. It was very comfortable. It's really nice to feel at home in front of 70,000 people, you know, and feel like you're in your living room. And it was nice to be the first event ever, not whether it was a sporting event or a concert or whatever, anything in that stadium, you know, in that particular forum.
You know, to do anything for the first time is always special. This little place we're playing tonight, we opened. We were the first ones to do it. The paint was still wet on the walls as it was in Giant Stadium. And there's been a lot of those venues around the world. The O2 in London, we closed the old Wembley Stadium. We were meant to open it, but they couldn't finish the construction. There's been a lot of these venues around the globe that we've either opened or shut.
It sounded pretty good in there, so I mean, I really enjoyed myself, you know. It's like, you know, 70,000 of our closest friends for 4 nights in a row. It was pretty cool.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Is it just me, or does anybody see the new improved
I've been quoted from the film saying, there are artists who say, oh, I don't want to play the big venues. I want to play the small clubs. I want to be this close. And I answered that by saying, I want to sell out the desert more than once.
You know, I like the more bang for the buck myself. I'm more into the event. I've done small places for a long, long time before I got into this band. And while I was in this band, you know, so, but it's still fun. I mean, you know, you still go out there and you leave your heart on the stage no matter if it's 50 people or, you know, 50,000.
I'm quite comfortable looking out at 100,000 people. It doesn't intimidate me. It doesn't even faze me. I'm just as ready for this for 500 people as I will be for 50,000 the next night. Because every night you go out there and this band wants to be the best it can possibly be. 27 years into it, we asked you to wait 5 minutes because we wanted to go play a couple, just to loosen up. That's just what we like to do. We like to play.
It's still, you know, you're a musician and you're playing. Tonight's interesting because we're doing a YouTube webcast, so you kind of don't know how many people are watching. But nowadays it's so funny, man, because when, you know, you're playing those stadiums and you look out into the audience and everybody's got their phone up, man. And it's like, you know, it's like a whole different culture now, you know.
One great thing about experience is that we've seen things truly come and go. And music is cyclical. No matter who you are and where you are, if you've been here long enough, you'll see it come all the way around again.
In the ever-changing world of pop music, Bon Jovi has consistently given their fans great music, great shows, and an open invitation to join them on the journey to what's next.